And I would just be like, hey, yeah, that's only $2,500 a month. Hey, yeah, that's $3,000 a month. Hey, I would just be the smartest real estate agent on the planet. Because that's when I was selling a lot of homes. I would have these apps up on my phone because I already know people just want to know what can I afford it. Because a lot of times your buyers come and you say, well, I want to buy a $300,000 home. But if you tell them, you ask them what the payment's going to be, they don't know. And you don't know. So instead of having your clients focused on price, let's get them focused on payment. And this is how you can help them keep them focused on payments right here. Just have this up on your phone when you're out showing houses, right? If I'm a team leader, a broker, or somebody running a team, I'm going to make sure any agent on my team is out showing homes and has this app up on their phone. Because if you can show somebody, I went to the Hawks game, right? I'm like, hey man, just make it affordable for me. I'm the networking king. I mean, I can make a whole lot of money having this package. Just show me how you can make it affordable. That's all. How's it affordable? And he was like, oh, it's X, or you can do this, or you can do that. I was like, okay, let's do it, right? And so just make things affordable for people, right? Sometimes you got people who have you showing houses at $350, but they don't want their payment to be right. They don't want their payment to be $2,900 a month, and they're wasting your time. So if you could train, this may happen in your initial buyer meeting. Like, I hope you guys are having an initial buyer meeting with these clients. You may say, or you may text them this app. You may text them this URL. You may text them something saying, hey, here's how you can calculate kind of where you want to be. You and your wife get on them. Here's the numbers, plug them in for them, and then just send them Loom videos of how to use this, right, calculator, and they can run payments on their own. So you're saving time for you because, hey, gas, yes, it went down, but I mean, who needs to see another $300,000 home? I mean, I've seen enough to, okay, I've seen them all. There's nothing else you can show me about a house under 500,000. I've seen them all, right? I only want to see the one that you want so I can negotiate it, use my skills to negotiate. All right, so there's a calculator. So let's get back here. Boom. So let's get to this. How much does your ideal buyer need to make annually to be able to afford the average purchase price in your area? It's very simple math, right? All you have to do is take the mortgage payment. Let me pull up a calculator for you guys because I know you guys are going to be stressed. Mortgage payment on the purchase price. All you got to do is take, watch this, mortgage payment divided by 0.40. That is a pretty good debt ratio in the mortgage business, right? It's 0.40 equals the target income. So let's see what that would look like. All right, so let me pull up a calculator. All right, we just saw the payment rise from, let's say it's $2,600, right? Look at this, $2,600, that's principal, interest, tax, and insurance divided by 0.40. They would have to make a month $6,500 a month divided by 12, $78,000 a year. Remember, when I'm training you guys and coaching you guys, I'm training you to how top 1% of agents work. This is how we work, right? We don't just work with everybody. We go, hey, here's what's the maximum payment that you want to pay on a monthly basis. That's in our front day one meeting. That question is on our questionnaire. What is the maximum mortgage payment you want to pay on a monthly basis? $2,600. Okay, well, at $2,600, you'd have to make minimum $78,000 a year. How much do you make a year? Remember, I told you to be bold in your marketing, right? $78,000 a year. Okay, well, do you know $2,600 a month is a $300,000 home? They go, oh, well, I wanted $350. No, these are up in our buyer meeting. Like this calculator is up on Zoom, in person, or however we're meeting buyers. Okay, well, 300,000 is basically ballpark 2582. The only thing that we don't know about is what the tax is going to be, but this is a pretty good estimate. So now we can get into the conversation with the buyer about doing a 2-1 buy down, right? That's why you guys need to come to Guaranteed Home Loans. right? Because if the rate today is 7.5 and we can get them 2% below market price at 5.5, that takes them down to $2,200 a month. Now, we don't have a crystal ball. Nobody knows when interest rates are going to go down. The average interest rate over the last 54 years is 6.74, by the way, just so you guys know. Now you're talking to your loan officer about a 2-1 buy down, because now you're showing your client, your buyer, how you can help them make this more affordable for them. And if I'm you and I know my average price point in my marketplace, I'm probably recording a video like, hey, here's the average on Loom, Loom, as in Mike.com, is free. Here's the average price point in our area, 300,000. Here's your estimated payment, right? Second option, if you wanted to get it a little bit more affordable, I love to talk. You have talked to my loan officer about getting your interest rate 2 percentage points below market. And here's what a payment might look like. I would have those 2 videos already recorded as long as I knew my average price point in my area. Mortgage payment divided by 0.40 gives you a pretty good idea of what your ideal client needs to make a year. So when you meet somebody that makes under what the average price point is in your area, you can't do anything. You're like, hey, dude, like, how many people can be on a loan? Anybody know how many people can be on one loan, one mortgage loan? I should have put that on the poll. Type in the chat if you know. 4 people. Okay? 4 people can be on a mortgage loan. They don't have to be related, right? Right. So 4 different people can be on one mortgage loan together, because you now know based on your average price point in your area what the average purchase price is going to be, and you just divide it by 0.40. You know how much money they need to make. So now this is what I talk about being bold. See, most real estate agents, when they're doing business, they don't have this. They don't even think like this. They just want to go. They just go show houses, and then somebody gets pre-approved, and pre-approved is different from being pre-qualified. Most of these people are getting pre-qualified, which means all they did was tell the loan officer what they make. They didn't show them anything, and then the loan officer says, "Okay, well, based on what you told me, this is where you might be." And then once you guys submit a whole package, a purchase and everything, then they run them through and get them pre-approved. Like, we don't do that at Guaranteed Home Loans. Like, that's a waste of time. We get all the documents up front. So yeah, our pre-approval may take as long as your buyer takes to give us information. But I built the company as a real estate agent, in my mind. Like, I'm like, okay, what would I want to have as a real estate agent? I would want the loan company to look at their pay stubs, look at their W-2s, look at their bank statements, look at their 401k. And then when you give me paperwork, before I start my car, I want to make sure that I'm getting the biggest return on my gas that I'm driving around and my time. Because the worst thing I could do is say, okay, you pre-qualified at $325,000. I go write an offer at $320,000. And you submit it, and you say, "Oh, well, they didn't tell me about this. They had child support on their pay stub. They didn't tell me they had student loans coming out. They didn't tell me they had a 401k loan," right? And then now you go, "Well, I spent 2 or 3 weeks showing this person houses. Now they don't qualify," right? But guess what? Shame on you as a real estate agent, especially you guys that are here, okay? Because now you know better than that, okay? So make sure that you have this information down pat here, so you're maximizing your time, because now in this market, we don't have any time to waste. Like, I don't have any time to waste. I don't have any time to waste. And so now we want to figure out is, who can afford your offer? Who can afford it? So we want to target recession-proof industries, right? And we want to make sure that we're using Chat GPT. Watch this. I'm just going to copy this, and it's going to give me an answer. Watch this. It's going to be great. Jobs are recession-proof with an average annual income of $85,000. Healthcare, registered nurses, physicians, physician assistants, and basically anybody in the healthcare field. IT is big in Jacksonville, Florida. People working government jobs, utility and energy sectors, electricians, utility workers, financial services, truck drivers, all electricians, plumbers, HVAC people, because it's always hot there. They're selling HVAC units by the truckloads there, right? And people that work in construction, carpenters. So here are several recession-proof industries in Jacksonville, Florida. See the question we asked y'all. Think like a realtor in Jacksonville, Florida. Which jobs are recession-proof with an average income of $85,000? And this is telling you who you should be marketing to. You don't even have to figure it out. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and type in the chat like AT. This is 100, 1,000, wow, 1,000, wow, right? So now all you're doing is got your bow and arrow in your hand and you're just going, bing. For the next 90 days, I'm gonna market to healthcare professionals. I'm gonna tweak my marketing where it's perfect, right? And get a response from all these registered nurses. I'm gonna put an ad over, I don't know the name of the hospital in Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Duval County Hospital. I'm gonna put an ad right on the top of it. I'm not even gonna take it out 1 mile. I'm gonna put an ad right on top of the hospital. And I'm gonna talk about loans for RNs. Want more information on how you can get rates at 2% below what you see advertised? Click here. They go in your CRM. You or your VA call the leads and you book them. You go to the hospital and you meet with them in their cafeteria and you do your presentation and you sign these people up for loans and get them pre-approved for houses, right? How awesome would that be, right? How awesome would that be, right? And you can do it. So here's your list, Jacksonville people. I'm pretty sure it's the same all across the country. It's just only thing that's going to change is this. Because I know you can still buy a nice home in the beautiful state of Florida, city of Jacksonville for under $275,000. You guys got the best market right now in the country, or one of the best markets besides the Midwest, being able to buy a nice home under $300,000. Unbelievable, right? And with interest rates going higher, and now you have access to a 2-1 buy down, you should be killing this market, killing it. Because all you do is tell people like, yes, rates are at 7.5. Isn't that amazing? But what if I could get you a rate that started around 5.5 or 2 percentage points below what you see advertised? Well, how can you do that? Well, let me connect you with my loan officer, Guaranteed Home Loans. All right. All right. You know they have the money. You know the 401k is bussing, right? It's full of money. They got the money for the down payment. And you know that they have your income. So the only thing is not being a secret agent anymore and letting them know how to find you. Well, here's one tip that I gave you earlier that I want you to share and go research on your own. A student loan tip to attract millennials. Millennials, guys, are the next biggest market on the planet right now to buy homes. Their only hurdle is their student loans, because I have a daughter who has student loans and she wants to buy a home and I own a mortgage company, right? And I'm like, okay, well, your student loans they're due now. So let's figure out this program. So when I was on the phone with her, helping her get this stuff, I couldn't believe what the payments were, right? It's unbelievably low payments, like unreal, right? And I can promise you, yes, they may have heard about this, right? Millennials, but they're not doing this. And so if you are the person that specializes in helping people get their student loan repaid under the Save Repayment Plan, which 100% of them qualify for, all you got to do is, what if you were just sending a link out? You'd be a resource, right? We monetize free. You know, a lot of people online are always trying to figure out how can they make money online. I said, well, you know, just monetize free. Why don't you just give free information away? And when people start to look at you as a resource, number one, social media is going to pay you, right? They're going to pay you TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, right? We get checks every month, right? And then outside of that, who else are they going to come to, because they trust you now, because now you're leading them to things that they can get help with, right? So